Hey guys, it's Tom here, and today I'm bringing you another guide. I've passed the 300 subscriber mark in just over a month, and it's all down to you guys, so thank you so much for all the great comments and support I'm getting every day. It really motivates me and pushes me to make these videos to the best of my ability. Now, this video is crammed with information so you can get the best charm rate possible, so remember to listen closely. As you have already guessed, we will be slaying Waterfiends today. These can be a great source of income and one of the best cheap methods of obtaining those useful charms. So let's get on with the video. By the way, please comment if you're liking my guides, and if you have any of your own ideas or what you want to see a guide on, please comment. This will help me to see what you guys want. Thanks everyone for listening. Next slide. Okay everyone, let's get straight into this. These water-based creatures were introduced into the game on the 3rd of July 2007, so they've been around for a long time. They have fairly high combat level of 154 and give 934.2 XP per kill, of which 308.2 XP of that is Constitution. To kill Waterfiends you don't have to have any required Slayer level, but if on a Slayer task they give an additional 335 Slayer XP. They can be assigned by Duradel, Lapalock and Curadel. They have 8,000 life points, so very easy to kill, and have a mighty max hit of 600, give or take 100 or so. They are immune to poison, but that is probably insignificant, as no poison weapons are good to use against them. They have pretty fast attack speed of 1 hit every 2.4 seconds, so that can do considerable damage if not well equipped. They attack with magic and range, but from what I know, their magic attack is a lot more deadly. And finally, their weakness is bolts, so you already can guess what weapon is going to be most effective. Some drops to pick up is obviously the charms with 10% chance for gold, 4% chance for green, 80% chance for crimson, which you'll get most of, and 2% for blues. So overall, you have a 4 to 5.2 chance of no charms at all, which is very unlikely. This is why it makes them so good for charm hunting. Also, you can pick up any adamant or rune items and alch them if you have fire and nature runes. Also, they drop loads of notable drops, which you should definitely pick up to cover the cost of your supplies. Lastly, there is very little requirements, and the only one is Barbarian Training, which is very short and easy to do mini-quest. It should only take about 10 minutes maximum. Now, as always, at the bottom I'm showing a default range ability bar which you can customise and add more abilities to. This is just a starter bar. Now that's enough on the Waterfiends, let's move on to the inventory and setup. Next slide. Okay guys, now we're on to the setup. In the top left hand corner is what I'll be wearing, and it's the best gear I can afford and use. It's pretty top notch, so I know many of you won't have this gear, but don't worry, I'm about to go over that. As you can probably read below, the best weapons to use are the Royal Crossbow, to the Chaotic Crossbow, to the Armadillo Crossbow, to Carol's Crossbow, to the Black Salamander. You can see which range weapon is far by the best, as 4 out of 5 recommended weaponry is taken by the crossbows. Then from best to worst armour to use is Pernix to Armadillo Chain, to Carol's to Royal D'hide, to Black D'hide to Red D'hide. Any lower than this I do not recommend going. The most effective auras to use are always Penance, so you can get Prayer without many potions, or Vampirism, which heals you by 5% of the damage you inflict, so you may not need to use food. Now moving on to the inventory setup, this is what I recommend, but please do change it if you feel the need. 3+ prayer potions if using protection players or soul split and turmoil. 5 to 15 pieces of food depending on your level and prayers. You may not even need to use food while using vampirism. 1 range potion or extreme ranging potion to deal more damage. 1 super restore, this is if you are using bonbloc pouches so you can resummon them. A charming imp if you have bought one from the dungeoneering for a hefty 100k tokens. A games necklace with 1 or more charges, or a ferocious ring for the nearest teleportation methods. Also, another option is using fairy rings if you have the quest requirements. Some alchemy runes, if you think necessary, they're very useful for longer trips. And finally, 2 bonbloc pouches, but you don't have to bring them if you don't want to. But I do recommend it. Okay, that's enough talking, let me show you the way, and I'll put in some relaxing music while you watch. See you in a bit. Okay guys, now to get there, right click on your games necklace and teleport to the Barbarian Outpost. You'll start going up a small hill and then you'll see a pontoon. At the end of the pontoon there should be a whirlpool, your screen should fade out and go to black. Head down the steps and then you'll pass the green brutal dragons. Be careful, if you're low level they will attack you. Now all you want to do is switch your prayers on or drink your extreme ranging potion and then just start attacking them. Spam your abilities and try to use like the rapid fire as much as possible. As you can see, I hardly take any damage at all. This is because I've got good range armor and I'm using vampirism. And now because of my charming imp, all the charms go directly into my inventory, so as you can see I'm getting them really quickly. They die in a few hits, so don't worry about getting hit too much. I've just got some emergency pieces of food just in case if I'm going on a longer trip. For a more AFK-able thing you can use momentum, but I don't advise this with the Royal Crossbow. It's better to do it with the Carol's pistols. You can see what loot they have. pick up the notable drops as like seaweed and water orbs. I wouldn't recommend picking up any of the arrows or the water runes, it's not really worth it. When you get some rune or adamant items, just alch them. And that's pretty much it, guys. When you're out of food or out of prayer pots or out of range potions, just go back to the bank, rebank, get this, and go back there. It's as simple as that. This method is so effective, and I've gained over 2,000 Crimson Charms doing it. Also, it can be pretty good range XP. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my Ultimate Waterfiend's Charm guide. Watch out for more. There'll be a new guide coming soon. I really hope you give it a thumbs up if you liked it and if you found it useful. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you stayed to the end. See you, guys.